On the last episode of 20 Sides, Dail carried Bryn Mark's body as the party attempted to exit the dungeon. The party splashed through the water as they once again heard a chittering howl from behind them as two giant hyenas sprinted toward them. Holden threw his psychic blades. One of the hyenas ripped through Lucia's leg. Jace broke his invisibility to cast sleep once again, but the giant hyenas resisted. Another hit on Lucia brought her to 3 hit points. The party rallied through Dail's psychic abilities and Jace's bardic spells. But before vanquishing the hyenas, Holden heard splashing from the east. And now, episode 25 of the Nexus. Welcome to 20 Sides, a fast-paced, story-driven, actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Now, Campaign 2, The Nexus. You start to hear some noises. You start to hear some rumblings. You maybe even a little splashy splash. And it is up to Holden. What are you doing?
Okay. Lucia's in a bad spot.
No.
What about,
in a very bad spot.
So I hear that.
Yep.
We're kind of in this hallway though, right?
You are.
It's like a hall, not a hallway, but essentially a hallway.
It's like little rooms that are connecting.
But I don't see anything coming. I hear, but I don't see.
Correct, because it kind of curves.
Okay.
Yeah. You're hearing it around the curve.
Okay.
It's coming around the bend.
Since these things are already so hurt.
Yep.
I'm going to try to just go ahead and take care of this one first.
Okay.
But I am going to, as this is happening, let Jace know I think someone's coming up from behind us.
Yeah, and this is the one coming at Lucia. You're attacking the one that's attacking Lucia, all right?
Matt gets a certain kind of excited when we're at this level.
So 21.
Hits.
16 damage.
The hyena again lets out as it falls to the ground. The black veins, Lucia, you see it. You see the black veins start to protrude from its body as it just falls limp, dead beside you.
If I use my movement now, and I move up and to my right, would I have a clear shot of the one standing in front of
You would not
Dail?
have a clear shot. You would be able to attack, but it would have, I would say, probably 3/4 cover just because of the distance, and that would give it +5 on its armor class.
But I'm at advantage, so because
I think you have to attack
it's the same
one.
creature.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. So it wouldn't be an advantage. Still from behind me, I don't see anything from behind me. I mean, might as well. I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna move up and to my right a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have mattered. 8.
Misses.
Yeah.
Misses. All right. That is your movement. That is your action. Jace.
Move up and vicious mockery. Last hyena.
Oh, here we go. This
Wisdom.
is +1. Fails. I swear.
D6.
Literally, that's what he
I'll
does.
tell you. Hold on. I'm going to tell you. It's got 4 hit points left.
Perfect.
No, wait. Yes.
I got 3.
He has 1 hit point.
And disadvantage on his next attack.
And disadvantage on its next attack.
I'm exhausted.
Here's my thing about vicious mockery. I was thinking about that the last time we said it. I get that it's just like words that hurt them, but you could say the same thing as a spell. Like if a spell was verbal and it was going to inflict pain on someone,
Right.
it's the same concept. Like now I get singing or playing an instrument.
Right.
Different.
I think it's the whole because cutting words are supposed to be like mean things you
Insults.
say, like
Right.
insults.
I get-
Versus
yes,
like if I use
yes.
a verbal component and cast a fireball, the fireball's hitting you.
Well, but I'm
But if
even
it's
just
like
talking about like a
psionic
kill or something.
Yeah.
like a-
okay.
I mean, it
Right.
technically
It's
is the same thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But I get it. It's
I
not
would
like
just totally
it's
change the
like-
phrasing of
Right.
it. Okay, Jace, you moved. You used your action.
Yeah.
Do you have any bonus actions you would like to use? No inspirations?
No, I have 1 left, but
Okay. Holding that for some, this hyena is attacking Dail. More than likely with its last attack. And it's gonna hit.
disadvantage
At disadvantage.
Want to let him roll first. It's better that way.
Yeah,
It's
I used
better
to
that
love
way.
it.
Sweeter that way.
I used
Especially if
Silas-
he hits.
Yeah.
The first one, it's like,
Silas used to love doing that.
17 with the first, 12 plus 5, 17 total with the second.
Yep, that hits.
I'm going to
Hits.
use bardic cutting words now to reduce his roll
So
by
you gotta get
1d6.
So you got to get a 2 or higher.
Right.
Roll a 1 for me.
6.
Got him.
Misses.
Had that in the pocket for her.
Goes to bite. Misses. It is now up to Lucia, who is standing with a dead giant hyena in front of her, splashing around in a little bit of water.
So first of all, I am exhausted.
Your leg is probably going to be infected.
Like Tyler is exhausted. This is a lot of mental stress. Okay, I'm gonna try frostbite on that Buster.
Okay.
That's you. That's you.
Let's say she moves about 10 feet to the right to get a good angle.
Sure.
All right.
That's a saving throw, so she didn't even need the armor class.
17 with the
And then you can get about
success.
it, you know?
Success.
All right, Dail can
All right, Dail.
do it.
Dale, can you finish off this
One
hyena?
hit point.
As it looks at you, his eyes get big. You swear
Very
you see,
anime where
you
it's
swear
like,
you see a little tear drip down its face, and it just goes.
Can you punch it? Do you do any?
Can I just like reach my hand out and be like,
And then
Yeah.
snap its neck.
oh yeah,
Last
I
second.
could.
guess I could
Okay,
have
let's see.
gone up and done
I have
something in melee
unarmed
range.
strike, but it just says, oh wait, it says 4 bludgeoning.
I mean, you
I
just
might as well
punch
just
it.
use my.
You
Yeah.
can just punch it. Yeah. I can
But I still have to roll.
No, yeah, you just use your
Yeah.
sword.
I mean,
use your
just
sword.
roll with whatever you got.
7 plus 5.
Hits.
Oh, good.
As it only had 1 hit point left, you take Alden's sword that is profoundly sharp. You pull back and you gouge it into the hyena's heart. You twist
Yeah.
your
No,
knife
I don't do
as you
all
feel the
that.
intestines squashing into its body, and
No.
you rip it out.
No, she just does a little pokey poke, you know, to just
Like a
put it to
humane-
sleep. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you stab it 3 more times.
That's only
So-
people, not
So
animals.
as I see it fall,
Yep.
I'm like behind us, everyone behind us, and I turn around because I know something is.
How many
you
hit points do you have right now, too?
2. How many you have?
3.
Oh, nice.
Dale, or
10 over here.
I'm 10. Dale,
minus 10. I have 20
I
left.
have no spells whatsoever.
I do. I have ice knife,
I mean,
but I
well,
haven't
you
been
have
able to use-
cantrip.
Oh,
Cantrips.
you have
I can do
cantrips,
cantrips
yeah.
all day, but
I can still
Well,
do ice knife 3 times.
so I
Just don't get so close to him.
So I say, Dale, you come up here with me and Lucia and
Clearly,
Jace.
I'm
If you would like to
distraught.
hang a little further back, we will try to take on whatever comes, and you all be supportive as you can.
So that pack that we got today, I know it takes 15 minutes, but if I start nibbling on it,
might as well.
No, you're not gonna have. I mean, it's 6 second round. Like each person's 6 seconds. It's gonna be.
Yeah, it'd be
but
like
we're out of.
There's
but-
other people
yeah,
coming.
people
Yeah.
coming this way. So I mean,
We're about to be in initiative again. So
I'll let you all have 1 turn before you see 4 more cultists coming. I'm very nice. It's very nice
yes,
of me.
it is.
As you see
That's
them
why I'm
coming
saying,
around.
Dale. I wasn't no lollygagging, but come on, you're up
All
here
right,
with
so
me.
she picks up the body of her dead brother.
You should have lopped his head off, like
Okay.
I told you.
Lop it off now. Lop it off now.
No.
I can battle
oh,
medic.
Gosh.
Battle
What's that?
medic.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, what is
So
that?
it's a healer. It's my feat that I have.
Oh, okay.
I can expend a healer's kit, and they can expend one of their HP dice, and the creature regains that number of hit points equal to the roll plus 2. Basically, like you get to use one of your hit dice back plus 2. Now, who this is used on
right.
doesn't really like mean you're not going to try to be up close. So
Yeah.
we're hoping we don't get hit. Like
And I doubt these guys are shooting things. They're
right,
probably.
right. So best probably on you. So I'm gonna patch Holden
Oh, so
up.
they are shooting things?
Well, I mean, our goal is that you guys are as close
Yeah.
as you can be, and we're as far back as we can be the whole time.
Sure.
So I'm going to use Battle Medic to patch up Holden as much as I can.
All right.
So whatever there's like a D8 or something.
You have a D8.
D8, so roll that plus 2. If you roll a 1, any of my healing skills, this is me healing, you can re-roll. So I'm supposed to roll it, but I'm letting him
Yeah,
roll.
yeah.
So
Okay, I can
any
re-roll.
1 I re-roll.
5. Okay,
Okay.
so 7 on that.
7.
There you
All right.
go.
There you go. 7.
I was like,
You're cooking
are you
now.
serious?
Right.
Like,
and try to intimidate our way through this.
We could
Be
try.
like,
We could.
We've killed your leader.
Right. Yeah, we could talk to him first.
Right.
Be like,
And just like killed all
what
these
do you
people.
wanna
Like,
do?
they don't know how bad off we are. It's like they know
Yeah.
that it's like we've killed. So it's like just lay it on them. Like
So-
come in confident.
I just cover my leg
That's
a
what
little
I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna do.
Scratch.
Okay,
As
hold
I-
on. Is anybody else do you want to do anything with your turn before we roll for
I
initiative?
don't have anything to do.
Okay.
Well,
Luke-
if I cast Blade Ward, it says up to 1 minute.
Yes, you can cast Blade Ward.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go ahead and cast Blade Ward.
Okay. And then y'all wanted to move to where Dail was in front?
Yeah, Dail probably just a little bit ahead of him.
Dale and with the body of their leader.
It's over her. She
She's
can
our
drop it real
friend
quick
and
if needed,
she's
but
crazy.
Okay. So they come around this corner, splashing, talking. They kind of stop.
Oh wait, I have a question.
Yes.
For the Blade Ward, it says whenever a creature makes an attack roll against you before the spell ends, the attacker subtracts 1d4 from the. So is that when, like, say, Bruh casts a spell or wants to attack and hit Lucia? Does it
No,
affect
just
him?
you.
Just
Just
me.
you.
Just on myself.
Just on
okay,
yourself.
before anybody gets.
Yep. So y'all are they come around this corner about 40 feet away.
Okay.
They the one in front puts his hand out. He's got a big brown beard.
Oh no, he's
Puts
a
his
mage.
hand out and says, "Who goes there? What you got on your shoulder, half orc?"
He's talking to me. I have your leader, and now I'm your leader.
That's not Nash.
Your old leader.
And I'm like, Dail. Yes, we are. We were here to retrieve Bryn Mark. We have no use for you or your friends. The hyenas did attack us, and we did have to take care of them, and we did. But we are going to be making our way out now. No need for any of you. Bryn Mark is just wanted by the people of Greenshade. We have no use for you or your people here. So we will be leaving now, and we would appreciate letting us go. I start to move forward a little bit.
Okay. The two in the back pull out short bows. They notch 2 arrows.
Is it
And if the one-
gentlemen?
The one in the front says,
Or ladies.
the one in the front
I don't
says,
have night. I don't have dark vision.
Y'all. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all, yeah.
yeah.
"You guys." You can't hear him. He turns. He whispers something to the 2 guys in the back. He just nods at you. And he says, "Go on through. Be my guest."
I kind of like try to make it where they can't hear me tell Dail and the rest of them, just stay behind me. Just stay behind me. And and we start to make our way up or whatever.
Okay.
As we get closer, all I'm going to say is the town of Greenshade thanks you, and we hope you all have a good rest of your day. And I just continue to walk.
Yeah.
Alerted, of course. Like, I'm not gonna
Sure.
let them just
Tip your hat to him.
right.
Give
Good
me
day.
and I'll let anybody in the group.
No.
We're gonna make 1 persuasion check at advantage.
I'm a -1.
Persuasion
so-
or
-1.
deception. Persuasion or deception, whichever's
Also
higher
-1.
at advantage.
I'm +2 deception, 0 on persuasion.
I'm -1 on both.
7 to persuasion.
Okay, good.
Okay, there you go.
Plus 7.
Get it, Jace. Get them grundles.
9 is the highest, so then plus 7, 16.
16.
Uh-huh.
He nods and he kind of holds his hand out like, "Go right ahead."
So we do. You get back to Greenshade, everything's fine. Cool.
And we take a long rest.
That's
All
all
right.
So I'm gonna be again, still staying towards the edge of the wall.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that wormling thing.
As you all pass,
Okay.
he's got his hand on his hilt. And as y'all are I'd say I'll get 5-10 feet past him. He says, one question before you all leave.
So I tell them, you all continue. Yes. What is your question? And I stop, but I tell them to keep walking.
And the other 2 in the back have their hands on their bows, arrows notched. The other 2 have hands on their short sword hilts. And he says, "How far did you get?"
We went to there was one door. Actually, got very lucky. We got one door, and that's where Bryn Mark was. We didn't go any further down. One looked like it was just a waterway, so we didn't even go down there. And then the first room we came to had Bryn Mark. Other than that, I have not seen or heard anything out of the ordinary. I assumed to leave you all alone because we don't care much for what you do or not do here. So again, Bryn Mark was our only goal. He has caused some great disruptions in Green Shade, and the town was seeking justice from him. And so that's the only reason we're here.
He nods to you. He turns back and whispers, give me a perception check, just Holden, as the others have kind of passed to see if you can hear what he says.
24.
Oh, dang.
19 plus 5.
Spicy.
You hear him say, check on the Wormling and Rhett. And then he nods to you. You turn around.
Mm-hmm.
And you follow behind Lucia and Jace and Dail. Y'all get to the steps. Y'all pass that defamed altar that has those scratches in it, that has that weird, y'all in your mind, you're picturing these hyenas, you're picturing Bryn Mark turning into this werewolf as you walk up the steps and out of the shrine. Daylight is abundant when y'all get out. Your eyes takes a few seconds to adjust. When y'all finally see each other in the bright light, you're like, y'all all look rough coming out of this.
Limping.
Lucia, you're like, oh my God, your leg! Part of her muscle is showing.
How do we come back from that?
I'm fine. I feel great.
We just need a night, you know?
Yeah, one night and everything's fine.
Isn't that funny how the game works? It's just like, yeah, you're fine.
Okay. We'll say it's probably about lunchtime, about noon. Time to go grab a late brunch.
Oh no,
some
we're going
mimosas.
to bed, bruh.
Yeah, let's go drop.
I need an
drop
emergency
this
room.
body off and make sure we're paid for this. I do have the letter and the map that I was telling you about before. Lucia, you may not have heard me. I was talking to Dail and Jace there, but we do need to look at that. And he did say, I heard him say that they needed to check on the Wormling, and then he spoke the name Rhett. So we might need to look into that. I don't know exactly what's happening down there, or if it does tie into Glenn.
So obviously, I need to know if I know anything about werewolves.
Yeah. Make a history check.
History. That's +2. 17 total.
He's like, nothing.
No, I would say you know that folks that are bit by werewolves have the capacity to themselves then become werewolves. You know, you and both Holden were bit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if, you don't feel any real different right now just because your body hasn't adjusted after, getting so low.
Yep.
And you think maybe when you get a good night's rest or two, if you still feel off a little bit, there could be some cause for concern.
Right.
And the same with Holden.
Right. I mean, does anybody else know? Because everybody saw us get bit. So it's like, if Lucia doesn't know anything about werewolves, she knows not to, she doesn't know, I should be concerned that you're now a werewolf.
Yeah.
So does everybody need to kind of
know enough,
You could tell them that.
Remember I rolled.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
You
I
said
want to know if they know.
I would say Lucia does because she already rolled, and I would say Holden and Dail need to make a history check to determine their knowledge, or unless they just want to say, I don't know.
I want to know.
Look, I probably wouldn't know, but no.
Okay. Holden does it. Make a history check there, old Dail.
+2.
Ooh. They'll be studied.
No, not that much.
No, not enough about lycanthropy.
Yeah.
So you and Lucia would know.
Okay.
Can't hide it from me,
Yeah,
Buster,
that's what I was saying,
lumen or
if
not.
I wanted to try to hide it from people. Because I'm assuming,
I would say because I had to roll, I probably felt the effects of something happening.
Yeah.
But was able to push it out.
But you don't really know what it was.
I don't know what it was.
You don't know if it was just poison or you don't know if it was a curse of lycanthropy. Yeah. And I would say everybody would have heard stories or myths about folks
happens
turning
if
into
you-
werewolves. Like just, some people think it's old wives' tales, like they're not real type thing. And I think even Jace mentioned that earlier, is like werewolves aren't real. Like that's just stories.
Right. All right. So we're just making way back down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holden is more focused right now on like, let's get paid and then rest up. Like, and then we'll kind of like look at the map and like try to decipher some of the other things that were happening. So we go straight to
Elder
Thrane.
Okay. Anything y'all want to talk about before y'all go there?
That one got to a little hairy.
I can't believe my brother is a werewolf.
I am not quite sure that I would like to continue with this journey.
You have already committed, and that is actually the
Yep, no takes, take backsies.
No takesy backsies. Okay.
Not sure if you saw this, but she's holding up her leg. This is a bit more than I
It's a mere flesh
signed up
wound.
for. And I wasn't able to do anything. It felt very bad to be in the midst of all that. I don't feel very successful, and I'm not sure
I would
this is
say
a very good idea. You
success is in the end game, and you are alive and here, and we are about to get paid for what we've accomplished, and we have more that we can do. And so there are tough roads for sure, but even the bravest knight hesitates when his armor is full of bees. So
it does.
so I think we're okay as a team, as a party. I think we're okay. Your leg does look pretty gnarly, though.
I do believe I need more than a rest. Dail,
one
can
night
you
will be fine.
can you fix this?
Your leg? No, I don't have any. Well, my little med kit is busted.
All right. I want to kind of scoot back to where Jace is.
Yeah.
And then just kind of, Jace, I'm pretty sure you were, did you?
It looked like he bit me. And the commotion, it really was just a scratch, though. I'm fine.
All right. Well, you know what could happen if you get bit by a werewolf.
Wives' tales, just old wives' tale. No, that's not how you become. You're born a werewolf. There's no way to become one. We learned about this extensively in the university.
I too learned about this, and it does make me a bit nervous
I
for
think
you.
we've talked about your school. What you learned there. Their stuff is a
Can I
little
roll
behind.
to see if I hear?
Eastern University has actually done quite extensive studies on, it's called lycanthropy. I don't know if you've read it that way, or do you just hear the word werewolf and everyone just assumes. But no, we're fine. Look, Holden was also bit and fell, and he's fine.
Very well,
Yeah,
Jace.
and
think
Holden
everything-
says it's not a choice. You're born that way. Okay.
That's right. Exactly.
But Jace,
Dale's then like, does that mean I'm gonna be a werewolf if my half-orc brother turned into a werewolf? Am I also gonna be a werewolf? Was I born
highly doubt
a
it.
werewolf?
I highly doubt it. Guys, I know that was a rough patch. I know it was very scary. I
Traumatic.
was even a little worried.
It was rough, yes.
But the best stories come from that. Right? If we walked in there and just, handled it easily, not a great tale.
No, I just.
So, I know a little scary in the moment, but we're walking out like Holden said.
It's
We're walking
true.
away, so
We are.
We're okay. And yeah, that old lycanthropy thing, it's been debunked. Trust me.
blimey, Jace, I'm just trying to say that I was here to talk to you, and you're being a bit rude, and all of us are trying to help you, and if you want a party to follow you and to be kind to you and to back you up, perhaps you shouldn't be so mean to us. She turns around and she walks away.
Before he can talk.
Taking her inner outer leg muscle out on you.
Yeah.
Get me to that freaking place.
You need your emergency round.
So y'all bring the dead body of Bryn Mark Kelth to
God rest his soul.
Elder Thrain.
Elder Thrain.
So y'all head to the mines where he would be. One of you has to kind of go into the mine or tell a miner who is going to bring Elder Thrain out. You do. Elder Thrain comes out and he says, "Oh my. I see."
And so
you
I show
found
Bryn
Mark.
and I hand him here's all the stuff we found along with him to prove.
Yeah. So he reads it and he says, I'm not quite sure what most of this is referring to, this Wormling or the other information here. I don't know of the other two names on this list. I'm sorry. That is clearly Bryn Mark's house circled. I'm not sure why it's circled on here, but clearly, if you found him underneath the shrine, he was working with this cult. So it looks like we found Alden's murderer.
We did. And we were promised a reward.
Of course. If you will follow me back to my house, I have the coin there. I will gladly give it to you.
Yes, we will.
And then let Lydia know that the next 7 days, if you need to stay here, are on me.
We appreciate that.
We will
Thank
not
you.
charge you for that.
Thank you.
I do believe you should tell her, because last time we tried to do something like that, they didn't believe us.
Yes, they didn't believe us. They
sorry.
called us liars and cheats, and we were like, we've been sent here by Older Thrain. And
It was
and
that
some very,
stinky Tobias.
that Tobias is a rude one, yes.
He does like
Yes.
to collect his coin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So he escorts you back to his place. He gives you the coin that was promised. If there's anything else you need from me, please let me know. Other than this, we will consider this case completely closed. And thank you so much for your service. I know the entire town of Greenshade will be more than happy to know that this is all put behind us. And unfortunately, one of our own did this to another. I do wonder how Bryn Mark became a werewolf. That is...
They're actually born that way.
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, because it's not true. They're not born that way.
Wait. So then,
I don't know how he became an either, but it must have been another werewolf that bit him. Certainly at one point.
Interesting.
I've never heard this.
I am not very knowledgeable about werewolves or any other were creatures. So, but I do thank you all very much. The town of Greenshade will be more than appreciative. We can go back to being a town of people that are very happy with one another, that are not anxious to be around at night or terrified to walk about and just say hi to one another. So, thank you again for your service. And if there's anything else you need from me, please don't hesitate to ask.
I want a horse.
I don't have any extra horses.
Forgotten.
I don't have any extra horses, but I'm sure with the funds that I gave you, I did put a little extra in there as a thank you for solving a lot of this and fixing some other issues. You can easily buy a horse with that coin.
Okay.
Does this town have a library or a place with archives, information?
We don't have a specific place. There's I do have a room in my house with some archives in it of the town and just the history of the town. The town is not too old. The town is actually pretty new compared to a lot of the other towns in Avrin. That's why we are much smaller. But yes, I have some texts in my I just call it my study that are specific to the town. Why do you ask?
Can I ask a random question? Do you know anything of have you heard of the Rusted Anchor?
The Rusted Anchor, I believe there's a tavern in Silverport by the name of the Rusted Anchor. I could be mixing it up with something else, but more than likely in the Ardent district, probably, where the docks are there. Huge shipping and trade city Silverport is. I mean, Greenshade was sitting at around 500 residents, maybe 600, depending on a good day. And Silverport's probably over 29,000. It is a large city. Why do you ask about?
Oh, it just came about in something we were reading about in passing this morning. I don't even remember what I saw it. It just stuck out to me.
Okay. If you all need anything else, you know where to find me.
And how much did we get? What was the coin?
So I
Plus
actually
some.
put 220 gold pieces in there.
We did have some expenses occurred. We had to pay 30 gold pieces to Tobias for some things to go. So would we be able to be reimbursed for?
I tell you what, stick around for 4 or 5 days, and I'll try to procure.
4 or 5 days.
30 gold pieces is quite a bit for a small town like this. We don't have a bank or a.
I can
that
tell you who
200?
has 30 gold pieces right now.
Tobias,
Who
that's
has-
mine.
Tobias has
Tobias
30
has
gold
30.
pieces.
I understand, but Tobias works to gather that, and so he can reinvest in it. He spends most of what he earns to put back into it, and he keeps the town. Any herbalism needs are immediately met because of him. I know he's a little.
Well, what we will do, here's what we will do. When we are ready to leave, whatever you have at that time will suffice.
Excellent.
So if it's a couple days and you have 15 gold pieces, then that will be fine.
Is there anything you found in your adventures underneath the shrine that you potentially could sell or try?
Potentially, we are not yet at that point.
Understood. And then, and you explored the entire shrine underneath?
No, we took care of the business that was intended.
Got you.
And there did seem to be some more down there. If you have adventurers of our quality in your town, you could send them.
So some more activity was happening down there.
There were more cultists and people down there. But again, we took care of Bryn Mark, like we promised.
Yes. That was the deal.
If you would like for us to go down there and figure out what else is going on, we could come to some sort of agreement, if you will.
We certainly cannot.
We could work that out. Then I need to speak to a few people and see what other money we can raise to ask you all to do that. What would something like that cost?
Well, I will tell you what we came into there was not worth 200 gold pieces.
Oh.
Much more.
Well, I appreciate you still doing what you did.
Well, we took care of what we promised we would. I would say at least 300 gold pieces would be willing to go back down for that.
300 gold pieces is understandable considering you may be risking your life.
We would definitely be risking our lives. They had large hyenas that attacked us.
Like the one you brought the other day?
Yes.
God's bless us all.
Well, not always.
Looking at her leg, I would agree.
Yes, exactly. All right. Thank you for your time.
Yes. If you need anything
Looking
else,
at her leg, I would agree.
you know where to find me. He escorts y'all out, closes, locks up. He heads off to the mine. You all head back to the inn, the tavern, to get a little resty rest. Y'all just gonna pack it up for the day?
Yeah, bruh. I'm out. I'm going to bed.
Well, I'm going to be looking at...
It's like 1 o'clock in the
I'm going to be
afternoon.
looking at like...
It's like, that's a
Oh.
wrap.
The letter has kind of intrigued Holden a little bit.
Yeah.
And so he wants to kind of look at the letter. He wants to look at the map and just see what he can tie to what and if any of the other stuff makes sense or names, that kind of thing. But also what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 55 of the gold pieces. So I should have gotten like 57 from what we just did.
So everybody add 57 to your sheet there.
I will.
What Holden is going to do is he's going to take 55 of it,
Okay.
put it in a little pouch,
Yeah.
and he's going to find someone at the end and tell them, for 2 gold pieces, deliver this to the Great Aunt family in Glen. And I hand that over to them and they take it back.
Yeah.
I actually think. What are we doing tomorrow? Like, we going and doing more stuff. We're not staying here.
Yeah, I was going to try to catch some sights of Green Shade.
Yeah, just
Hang out, see what they got.
Well, because
Well,
I was
Park.
thinking, if you shared that letter with us, like, I want to know more about
What were the 2 names? I can't remember the names.
Valen Harrow is the one that was not crossed out. Barrett Crow.
Barrett Crow was marked out.
Okay.
Windmere.
And Valen Harrow, or Harrow, Harrow, was in Moss Grove. Moss Grove.
But also,
But then Rhett.
I was just going to
Like,
say,
who is Rhett?
Barrett and maybe Rhett. Maybe that's like
didn't
a
know.
nickname.
But we don't know if like Rhett is like a hostage or like a... Yeah, we don't know any of that stuff.
I was thinking too, for me to see if I can, I'm either going to go to that guy's house, his study, and learn more, or I'm going to just sit in my room and read this journal deeper.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just sit in my room and read this
But we
Alden
know
journal.
it's tied together because the note talks about the
Shadowborn.
Born, and that's what we saw in Glen.
Yep. I'll read the note to you again.
Yeah.
The time has come. You are needed back in Silverport. The first 2 have been dealt with, and the last is marked. The others can finish what remains. Your presence there is no longer necessary. Return at once. Leave the Wormling. The Shadowborn will return it to the drowned Warrens. We move soon. Do not be followed. And that is it for this week's 20 Sides. Don't forget to tune in each week as Jace, Dail, Holden, and Lucia venture across Aberynth. Don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/20sides, where there are free options, $5 options, and $10 options to help support our podcast. Follow us on all the socials everywhere at 20 Sides Pod. And per usual, we couldn't do this without the atmospheric background tracks from Monument Studios and tabletopaudio.com. We will see you right here next week on 20 Sides.